Hi everyone and welcome to my secret garden. It is June, the weather's been really warm lately and we're expecting thunderstorms later, so I thought I'll show you around before the rain comes, if it does, and obliterates the roses behind me. So let's have a little look round and see what we can find. Well, as you can see, the rose behind Helen is doing really well. It's Rose James Galway. It doesn't have much smell, but the flowers are just beautiful. It looks like there's been a wedding. Unfortunately, this rose suffers from rust a little bit, but I've managed to treat it so far. And when the flowers are finished, if it gets worse, I will prune it right back. And then usually it starts growing again and looks like a brand new year for it. The rose at the bottom of the arch here is Ghislaine de Feligonde. It's growing well. The flowers have faded from apricot to white because the sun has been so strong. As you can see here, there's plenty more to come. And a new stem here, this is just grown this year. Doing very well. So let's have a look around here. I've got the box there that's ready for trimming, which I'll show you next time. I've got some lilies there which have escaped the dreaded lily beetles. This is Rose, I saw it in my other video, this is Rose Jane Austen, which is not the Jane Austen from the books, it's Jane Austen related to the rose breeder David Austen. I have a thalictrum here which will get really tall. Let's have a look. There. So I'm not going to stay around here too long because there's a blackbird's nest in this. It's why it's so long, I haven't been able to cut it. So I'll be quiet. Nest in there. See some little faces looking at me. This is Rose Aloha. She does really well every year. This one's just finishing. This is William Morris. And look down here, it's been quite dry. I've been trying to water it, but this is a lovely Cicericium. It's done really well. It's big long flowers, and I think because I put so much food in there, it's growing even bigger than it should. Under the tree we've got a stone trough I've had many years with some succulents in there. I'm hoping that'll do well there because when the sun does come out it does get very dry. Little pink dianthus, pink kisses. A nice succulent there. Salvia, a bit of golden marjoram because that likes it dry. This is Munstead wood. As you can see, it's got black spots because it's stressed in this spot, so that's going to get moved in the autumn somewhere else. Oh, I'll show you this. See, fairy foxglove. Beautiful flowers. So all the plants I put in earlier seem to be doing very well. I just can't wait for the rain to freshen everything up a bit. But doesn't it look pretty when you look through here? Oh yes, and here we've got a sedum. This is Postman's Pride and it's really dark maroon colour. I just love it. The flowers will be pinky red, like a cerise colour. There's a plant here to go in. This is a Tricertis pink freckles, which flowers September, October. Likes it in the shade. So that's going to go in the border behind me. See? And the rose arch is full, it'd be stunning. And on the rose arch here at the bottom, I've got a Thunbergia, but you don't often see pink ones. Or we also call it black-eyed Susan for some reason. This is growing up and up and up, and hopefully by the end of the summer it'll reach the top. And it looks really nice with this rose here, which is Gertrude Jekyll. Now she's just about finished her first flush of flowers, but they will be, when it's finished, I'll put some food on there and encourage a second flush of flowers, and hopefully this will get even bigger. I have a lovely lavender there, platinum blonde. This Mertensis here, which enjoys the summer with little blue flowers. Of course, the Irish tatting fern behind there, which seems quite happy. There's the Alpine Camilla, and here's a new plant to me. This is I think it's Digiplexus berry canary, which is a bit like a foxglove, but it's a little bit more exotic looking. And fishes are enjoying the pond since I've cleared out some of the blanket weed. It's Mum's rockery here. If you have a look over here, what can we find? Oh look, there's a little Alpine Achillea, I mean. That's a lovely colour. And that fades with the sun as well, it's a bit sensitive to that. And the urn is all planted up now. You'll have seen in my previous video when it's just being done. Now it's getting bigger and more flush looking, more floriferous. I love this urn. This came from the reclamation place down the street. Wasn't very much, but I've been given some pennies from a friend, so that was really nice of her. So I put it towards that. Look at these Calibrachoas. It's one plant, but it changes colour. This is a cherry pie plant, which if you sniff it, you can't on here, I wish you could, but it smells like cherry pie. That's a heliotrope. It's got lovely, glossy, deeply veined leaves. And I think it's nodulatum, I'm not sure, but this came from me on the DIY shop. There were 6 of them in a box, so I've got 3 for home and 3 for the odd manor house. Now they cost me about £3 for all of them, so I think that was a really good bargain. Let's have a look over here. There's the Patio rose, which is doing well since it's been fed. There's a lavender, Little Lottie. There's Mum's lovely pots here. Look like a real varied display of the lovely colours, the dark eyes of these plants. Calibrachoa, you've got the Necia, the unusual petunias with these speckled petals. A nice antirrhinum there. Can't remember its name, but it's this lovely, I mentioned this one in the other video as well, this beautiful petunia. Look at the colour of that. Looks like someone's painted it. It's a collapsed foxglove there. This is Agapanthus Queen Mum. It's supposed to get really big. I paid a lot for that, for me. And lucky it actually came through the winter okay. There's a few weeds in there to sort out. I've got some more heliotropes either side of the path here. And I have to keep the path clear so Mum can get in and out in her chair. Let's have a look over there. It's all looking very pretty. Foxglove is stunning at the moment. You can see the big one there. It's nearly as big as me. I think that's got to nearly... Shall we see how big it is? Oh, it's slightly taller than me, so I reckon that's about 2 metres tall, this one. It's a shame when they finish because you just get a big long stem, but fortunately it's got some flowers at the bottom growing. I want to show you this like a fairy corner. This was I did this on the other video a while ago when you saw me replanting it because there was a big Philadelphus in there taking over, and now it's full of foxgloves and all sorts of lovely plants. And here we have a Rosa LD Braithwaite. It's just starting to fall to bits, look, but it's a lovely colour. Doesn't have much of a scent. Look at these foxgloves, the shape of them. I think these are the Camelot series, so it might be, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check see if I kept the labels or not. There's a big lily eyeliner, so that flower's big white flowers with black around the edges. Lovely foxglove here. It's a furry variety. Is it lutea or something because it's yellow? It's nice, isn't it? Look at the leaves. When you don't eat it, you're okay. And there's Ruth, looking very happy. She's looking forward to these foxgloves opening. The magnolia's doing well. I haven't yet planted the pot up on there. The bamboo is come through from next door. It's uninvited, but I actually don't mind it. I'm just keeping an eye on that so I can chop it down if I need to. And the lawn's doing well considering it's being so dry. I think the water tables must still be quite high around here. Oh, and I forgot to show you this one. This is a little foxglove. Isn't that gorgeous? My knees clicking there. Lovely colours. And I like that next to the blue salvia. It's a really nice contrast. And when we look up, you get all the pink roses as well. So if you to ever find yourself on the floor, you have a nice view of the garden. You can see Helen, the roses, the blues, the pinks, all the different colours. It looks really, really pretty. Let's have a look round here. Look, got lots of antirrhinum seedlings there, which I'm going to take out and replant somewhere else. There's some free plants for you there, so you don't have to be thinking about what you can buy from the shops, because they're all there for free. There's the astilbe about to flower. Of course, is the hellebores behind there, which have put the leaves on for this year. This is tottering gently by, or tottering by gently, the rose. Lovely yellow flowers. This little area is yet to be fully developed. I had a problem with the voles eating my plants, so I've had to take some out, but I have got replacements just waiting to go in. And there's another beautiful foxglove. I'll try and put the labels on if I can remember the names. Oh, here we are, there's a label for this one. This is Digitalis Illumination Flame. Cool, £6 for that, but I bought so much I got 10% off. So it's really nice of the people at the nursery in New York. There's the apple tree, not doing so well this year. But last year it had about 20-30 apples, so I think it deserves a rest. This is Red Devil, which had red flesh all the way through. And there's Rusty the peacock. He's got a bit of a lean on him now. He's been out for about 4 winters. Yeah, there's some Aqualesia still doing well. I've cut the hornbeam hedge. That's done really well this year, grown too much. Here's Mum's other pot here. Got some things around the apple tree were leftovers, but they look nice and colourful. Got a beautiful petunia. Look at the way it changes colour. It goes from like a peach colour to pink, or pink to peach. And I know some of you will recognise these because in some countries they're a weed, but I like them. They're not a weed here because as soon as they get the first cold weather they just die. So there's the pot. The patio's getting renovated soon because I can't stand it. It looks so plain and boring and ugly. So watch this space. Lavender by the side is a little bit jaded because of the bad winter. So I have some babies at the old manor house to bring. Oh, look, here's the beautiful old urn. A bit of deadheading to do. But look at the colour of that. And I put that in there because I love red against black. Look at that. The contrast is beautiful. This is an old urn that came from someone's house, another Facebook find. I've got an unusual petunia there with the dark double flowers. Kind of Elizabethan looking to me. Beautiful aeonium. Sunburst, I think this one is, or something. Yes, it's sunburst. Managed to keep that through the winter, and it's kind of leaning forwards. Looks really pretty. Bees. Not so good for the bees this year because it's been a bad winter. It seems to have affected them. And here's a little pot here, or a big pot. A nice selection of plants here. We've got the splash petunias, look like the Milky Way. I've forgotten the name, but they're quite popular at the moment. It's not reliable if you like a certain style of flower, because they will throw out flowers that look like this and flowers that look like that. So you have to choose, and there's Canna growing there, that's Canna Cleopatra. As you can see, that's the same plant, but it shows up different coloured leaves with stripes and things on. And same with the flowers, you get yellow and red together. Let's have a little pan round. We've got the parasol up there because it's been so hot. Hot for England, I mean 25, 26 degrees, which if you're not used to that, we all kind of melt. I think that looks really pretty, and I'm really pleased, and hopefully the thunderstorms come, it won't be damaged too much, but I think Helen's really happy at the moment with their little display, and I can't wait for the arch to grow, because you can imagine when it's full of roses, it's going to look absolutely stunning. Oh look, a little friend just landed. Hello. Oh, it's made a mess on there as well, as usual. I wash it every day. Let's have a look round the other side. Currants, because they like them for their babies. There she is. They always have a few for themselves first and they take a few later. Here comes the female from the nest here. She's going to chase her off. And she'll come and pick a few up when she's got rid of the other blackbird. Don't like other people in their gardens. Well, I have a new discovery for you in here. Shall we just look through the acer leaves? Because the same colour is an old antique looking urn. And this is one of my Facebook finds, and I was really pleased with that. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It could be deemed as a bit spooky, but I quite like that because it's a secret garden. Ties in very well with the theme. Looks quite kind of nice hidden in there as well. Got her face as well. Friendly face. She's quite happy. I don't know if she's happy about these snakes on here though. Look a bit ominous. But I think it ties in quite well. It's not everyone's taste, like I said before, but it kind of looks a bit enchanting hidden in there, doesn't it? And you wouldn't even know it was there. So as you can see, the petunias I planted up in the urns that I painted are doing really well. This one's quite vigorous, and look how big it's become. Now it's trailing over the edge. It's very classical. I've had a little bit of a problem here with voles eating my plants, can you see? They've been nipping all the stems off my bloodleaf here. So what I did was put some peppermint oil on there, because apparently they don't like it, so we'll see what happens. There's a thunbergia growing up. Excuse the cars going past. And there's one of the age-old problems, or one of the new problems we have with these little beasts. That is a lily beetle. And they'll lay eggs all into the leaves there. They'll make holes in all of them. So you have to get rid of them somehow. And they fly in, so you can't do much about it if they decide to come in. You just have to be vigilant. Prefer not to kill them with sprays. It's not a very sustainable way of looking after things. There's more pots. There's the basket where I did with the fern leaves. Now this is going to go over there and hide them all. Lovely geranium there. It's gone pink in the sun. It's a lovely colour. This one's called Freak of Nature, and I should have cut that back, but I didn't want to. I wanted to see what it looked like. I haven't seen the flower yet, so it's quite pretty. All sorts going on here, little bits and pieces. Shall we swing round and look at this trough here? This is Mum's trough, so she can look after this because it's a little bit higher up. You can get feet underneath it and do some deadheading. Full of annuals, nice begonia, double one, coleus. Is it coleus? I'm starting to forget. Give you little birds, that's some freshly hatched, fledged blue tits. There's a lovely clematis, a dwarf one, that's growing up this obelisk. Looks nice. Pan round, you can see the other urn here with the red petunia, which also matches the one round the back. So we've got a little bit of a theme going on, because we've got the red one there. We have a red one here. The basket's doing quite well. I put it up last week and it's slowly filling out. This begonia here will get really big. It should tumble down the sides. This petunia here should do the same. But it's beautiful pink flowers lime flowers on the same plant, and I've got this black one here for contrast. I think that's really quite striking. A little bit of alyssum there, which is the pink and white on the same plant again. Beautiful petunia, look at that. It's very exotic looking. I'm hoping that will tumble as well and make a really nice display. Just pan back a bit. You can see how nice it's looking. It's like a secret garden. This is Rosa hot chocolate, and as the flowers get older they turn to a dusty pink. Can you see here? It goes much more of a dusty colour. It doesn't mind being in the shade either, this one. You can see how big it's got. It's in a pot, this one. It looks really nice. So I recommend Rosa hot chocolate. Well, thank you for joining me on the tour today. It's been really nice to have you with me in the garden. I hope you've enjoyed looking around. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and tell your friends about this channel. Help it grow. It makes life a bit easier for me. And I really appreciate all your nice comments and the kind words you send to me. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you very soon.